Hello, my loves, and welcome back. Today we are talking about gate 23, the gate of assimilation.
Yes. I heard this gate. This
This
gate shows up in our household, and it's so funny because the voices I know, and I can literally hear people in my household going, I know, I know, I know. Like, okay, clearly.
So what's really interesting about this gate is that this is a voice that a lot of people want to use,
Yeah, they're conditioned for it.
but they may not have it activated in their chart.
Yeah.
Or they may have it activated in their chart, but they're using the voice to communicate the wrong things. So let's talk about what this energy is. So in high vibration, this this gate is actually connected to 43, which is all about insight. So you get this like download, like this insight, and this insight is different than the insight that is already on the planet.
Mhm.
So it comes down through 23, and then 23's job is to share that insight, that kind of like mind-blowing wow. It's to share that insight with other people.
This is so different from I think. I think is summarizing data. It's dissecting, digesting data. Whereas that's I think. This is what you think, it's coming from your brain. I know is something that you just inherently know. It's a knowing. The knowing doesn't necessarily come from your mind. It comes from the download.
Correct. 62 is coming from the mind, and the 23 is coming from that download.
Yeah.
And so in low frequency, this means like you're just overcomplicating everything.
Mm-hmm.
In low frequency, this kind of looks like, you don't know, but I know. So I'm going to make this sound as complicated as possible, and really complex, so that I get the credit for being the one who knows.
That's annoying.
I know, it really is annoying. My dad had this gate. That's all I will say. Okay, so in repressed, what this looks like is that repressed is all about internalizing this, right? And so it's really questioning. It's really questioning, do I even know? I don't know if I really know. Maybe I shouldn't say the thing. So you just start shutting that voice down, and you start shutting that voice down, and you start shutting that voice down. But in the reactive, which is pushing it out, this is where you're giving all the information, but you're not reading the room. You're like coming from a place of, I know this and I know that and I know this other thing, and people are not wanting your information. This is a projected energy.
Yeah.
So you have to make sure that people are wanting you to tell them what it is that you know.
They may not be ready for this download, this knowing. They may not. Could you imagine? There's this big piece of information, and if the information is hurtful, like your parents are getting a divorce, and you're like, I know your parents are getting a divorce, but that person, that child, that human isn't ready to receive that. It's like crippling to them.
Mm-hmm. And when you feel misunderstood because you're saying that I know at the wrong time, right? Or you're saying that I know to the wrong person, and you start to feel misunderstood, and that person starts to challenge you, what ends up happening with these people is they just talk in circles over and over and over again, because they're trying to convince you just how much they know, and they're waiting for you to acknowledge that they are right in their knowing. And this is low vibrational. In high vibrational, you don't need anybody else to acknowledge or validate what you know. You just know, and it's okay. And you recognize that as I share what it is that I know from that insight, as I just share that, the right people are going to be able to hear the insight. This is really about, are they ready to hear what it is that you have to say?
So we talked about gate 62 being, I think. Gate 23 is I know. So what's interesting is when you look at gate 16, the energy of that is to be used like for the collective. The energy of 23 is an individual, right? And that's probably comes back to that projected energy, right? Where you can know, and that's enough. When you're talking about the gate of I think, and you're talking about the gate of 62, what you think is to be shared with the world. What you know might only be shared with yourself.
Yeah, this is a very important distinction, because it changes the way that we use that phrase, I know. So instead of being like, I know what you should be doing, it's more about like, I know this is the right thing for me. I know this is going to elevate me to the next step. I know this is in alignment with what I desire for my life. It's more talking about that personal I know. And when people hear you use that strength of the I know, in that way, people are like, tell me more. How do you know? And you're actually attracting people instead of repelling people by saying, I know what you and you and you and you and you and you and you should be doing.
That's gate 23.
Gate 23.
All right, on to the next. Love you, mean it. Bye.
This has been another episode of Our Throat series, an entire series that we have dedicated to teaching you guys about the different gates inside of our throat and the energy that exists inside of those gates so that you guys can become more confident in the way that you use your voice on this planet. If you've enjoyed this episode, we highly suggest that you make your way to our website and check out the
throat workbook that we put together specifically for you to contemplate as you move through the gates in your own throat, the gates of those around you, as you look to better understand your design and how you can interact and relate more to those around you. We love you so much. We're so excited that you're here with us. We can't wait to hear about how you elevate yourself and those around you by learning your human design.
I love the fact that you just supported me when I couldn't find my voice.
That's what we're here
Isn't
for.
that so fitting for this entire series? We love you guys.
Love you, mean it. Bye.
We hope today's show resonated with you. If you want to be the first to hear about our upcoming shows, make sure you follow the Soul Led Duo podcast on YouTube and wherever you catch your podcasts. Check out darcyandsarah.com for show notes, your free human design chart, and other goodies. And we'll catch you next time. Love you, mean it. Bye.